Welcome to our viewers in Africa and of course Nigeria. It's the conversation on Tier West Television Network, your digital first Pan-African news network, reaching you from Abuja, that's Nigeria's capital city. And happy Independence Day, Nigeria. Our dear country, Nigeria, is 61 today. And so the show is going to be taking a different turn today. We're just going to be looking or just reviewing salient points from President Muhammad Buhari's Independence Day speech to Nigeria. My name is Ade Suwalsi.
Hi, my name is Zakubanja. Good morning and welcome to October 1st. Is Nigeria's 61 independence celebration. And I think we have a very beautiful atmosphere to celebrate one. Thank you, Adesua.
Yeah, you're very welcome to the show. Okay, so we're just going to quickly start with some of the points. I'm going to pick the first point here. So his speech, that's the president's speech, has like just 35 pointers, right? Mm-hmm. And then the range from food security to insecurity issues and all of the everything that Nigerians, I think, needing responses and answers to. And so this one here talks about COVID-19, right? And then he says that Nigerians came together, as one to fight against the COVID virus. And then he really said that we have built enough capacity that we need to tackle the COVID-19 pandemic. Do you think that is true?
Very instructive enough is to know that the president's speech is a function of so many things that he's being fed with.
Yes.
So this information probably, if you want to look at it, are they verified information? Sometimes you want to wonder if they are information that the president himself, came up with. And so the president has been given a speech to read, as far as I'm concerned. And so the information there may not have been verified information, but people at the presidency obviously will have cooked something and put it together for the president to read. And talking about COVID-19, you and I know that obviously as we are in the studio right now, we're not putting on a nose mask.
Yeah.
I know a lot of state governments are coming up with decisions and they're coming up with formula to make sure that people get vaccinated. Now, access to vaccination. How much of access do you think people have to vaccination? That's one. How much of Nigerians, or how many Nigerians do you actually think are also considering taking the vaccine? You see, because the National Orientation Agency has failed woefully in educating, orientating, and reorientating Nigerians to let us understand the importance of taking the vaccine.
Yeah.
But we don't have that. So when the president makes that as a speech item on an Independence Day, I think is an incomplete information that the president is actually passing across.
Okay. Similarly, this one, he was talking about food security. He says, on our approach to food security, I'm proud to announce that Nigeria has commenced its journey to pharmaceutical independence. So pharmaceutical independence to the point where at some point we're going to be able to start producing our own vaccines in Nigeria. Do you think, how long do you think it would take for us as a country to get to that point where we're able to produce our own drugs and our own vaccines here in this country?
All right, now in a country where there's a lot of brain drain going on, we have a situation a couple of days ago where doctors are being sourced to other countries, especially Saudi Arabia and so many other Arab countries. If you ask me, Nigeria is not doing badly when it comes to components and things that we will need, like provision of serum and things that we really will need to be able to produce vaccine for ourselves. We also have a lot of virologists. We have one that has just been appointed as into the committee of the WHO, and that is Professor Tomori. He was a former vice chancellor of the Redeemers University. And we have Dr. Aguale. He's based in the United States. He is a man that I respect so much. Every time he talks about Nigeria producing his own vaccine, I see someone who understands the possibility of making it happen, who understand what we need and how to get there. But we do not have a political environment to make that happen because of so much insecurity and government indecision and unwillingness to create an enabling environment where people can actually do the bulk of the thing. So talking about producing vaccine, let us even try as much as possible to get enough good vaccines into the country and make accessible, make it accessible for Nigerians who really want to take it. I believe some of us have not even decided whether we should take the vaccine or not. And so I think governments still have a long way to go. So talking about Nigeria becoming a hub in Africa where we can make vaccines for ourselves and at the same time make it available to other African countries, it is important for us to first of all brush up on our image, that we are willing and that we have the political will, and government is actually doing the right thing to ensure that that is provided for. And then we can say, yeah, we're ready to really go ahead. A couple of countries outside the country want an African hub for vaccine production. And I know that South Africa has been considered. Kenya has been considered. There was a time we have talks about Ghana, but Nigeria never came into the picture. And so that's to tell you that the international community also know that we are not ready.
Okay. You talked about political will, and in that time you know put in the issue of insecurity. So this one, the 19th pointer on the speech said, in the last 4 months, the gallant men and women of the military and security agencies have made tremendous progress in addressing these new security challenges. We are taking the fight to our enemies from all angles, and we are winning. Okay. Yes.
Beautiful statement on paper. But when you and I, as political analysts and social commentators, we have information, a lot enough to be able to say government is not doing the right thing. Now, in the last 3 days, I know that it became very popular that there should be a designate, that all bandits should be designated as terrorists in Nigeria, but that has not been done. The government has not taken a position to let even the armed forces know that they are fighting against terrorists. So there's every possibility, because in recent past, you will remember that in Yobe, the Air Force killed innocent Nigerians. Unfortunately, they claim that the bandits are using civilians and innocent Nigerians as body shield. And so civilians are killed. The same thing has repeated itself in Borno State. They've killed people. And that's to tell you that Nigeria is still fighting a guerrilla war. And guerrilla wars are lost and won when they are fought on intelligence. That we can find in the way that Nigeria is approaching the insecurity in Nigeria. And so you will agree with me that a lot of soldiers are being killed. And so the number of people to even fight against the bandits is decimated, seriously decimated. And you'll agree with me that the government actually made it also very clear in the 61st anniversary speech that it wants a particular number of people recruited into the Nigerian army on a consistent basis for the next 6 years. And that's to tell you that government is aware. They think that Nigerians are foolish and we do not have access to information. But unfortunately for government, we are informed people and we know exactly where we are in the war against terrorism.
But do you think massive recruitment is a step in the right direction as to combating the level of security challenges we have in the country right now?
Yeah, government came out very strongly to deny the fact that repentant Boko Haram members are not integrated into the Nigerian army. Okay, I slightly agree and at the same time I disagree. If you really want to get people to come and join the Nigerian army today, it's become an entity that a lot of families in Nigeria will not even want their children to be a part of. Because government is not doing everything, and everything humanly possible, militarily possible, politically possible, to make someone like me want to fight for my nation. In other Western countries, you see people enrolling willingly to fight a battle to make sure that there is enough security in their country. That's not for Nigerians. The bandits know that there's a lot of poverty in the land, and so recruiting hungry Almajiri boys, every time you decimate their number, it's easier for them. But Nigeria is not facing and fighting this war honestly by saying that we can as well recruit those boys, put them in the army, train them, and get them properly equipped and ready to fight against banditry. And that's not what we have right now.
Okay. Still on the issue of insecurity, because that seems to be what, you know, the topic that's on the front burner in the country right now. And then one of still the points, it says that we can always settle our grievances peacefully without spilling any blood. Do you think that should be a statement that the president should be making at this point, considering what the bandits or the terrorists have been doing? I don't think they're thinking of not spilling any blood. Our armed forces are being killed, waylaid, hijacked, and all of that. But he's saying we can settle our grievances without spilling any blood.
That's almost impossible, Adesua. And I'll give you like 3, 4, 5 points. Top on the list is the fact that the country has not done enough to ensure. The number one problem in Nigeria today, why it appears as if we cannot win the war against banditry and terrorism, crime and criminality, is the fact that there's poverty in the land. So 1,000 naira, 5,000 naira, it's a lot of money to someone being recruited to come and commit evil. That's number one. There's so much there's so much poverty in the land. Yeah. Secondly, the policy makers, and that's the people in government. And we will talk about the 3 arms of government: the legislative arm, the judicial arm, and the presidency, are not working in tangent with the reality of what we have on ground. Okay. And that's to tell you that we do not have the apparatus that has been put on ground for us to be able to do, to get things right and get the results that we want. And so let us be very honest and sincere with ourselves. Nigeria should come to a point where we accept that we have a problem and that we will need international community effort to come and join with the little that we have been able to do to be able to fight and win win the battle that we are facing right now. Okay. But trust me, there will be a lot of bloodshed still continuing today. Before the end of today, mark my words, because I've been in Nigeria and I've been around for quite a while, people will still die. Innocent people will still die. That's
quite sad. Unfortunately, we're out of time on the show, but I quickly want to ask you, peace and unity is what we're clamoring for as a nation, and today is our Independence Day. In less than 1 minute, what do you think we can do as a nation to actually achieve peace and unity at this point?
I think the generation coming behind us need orientation so that they don't find themselves where we are. I think the older generation like us, we need reorientation to change the way we think and to prioritize our country and put nation first. Above our individual interest, above tribalism, above religiosity, above or anything. Because what we are celebrating today should not actually even be 61 independence anniversary. We should be celebrating 61st nationhood. That in spite and despite what we have gone through, we still have a country that is called Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much for being on the show this morning. Thank you.
God. I mean, what can we do?
I know, right? All right, and thank you guys for sticking with us on the conversation this morning. Don't forget you can be a part of the conversation by following us across all our social media platforms. That's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's TOS TV. You can also watch a recap of the conversation and other shows on www.tostvnetwork.com. My name is Adesua Osui.
And I am Dapo Banjo. Thank you for being a part of our show.